Hazard is such a fun tank with so many unique abilities, but having a wall in his kit makes it so a lot of the interactions in the game are a little interesting. So we're going to cover all of that in today's Overwatch Mythbusters episode. Can Hazard use Vault to climb out of Mauga's cage fight? Obviously, when you're caged in, you can't use any mobility abilities like your leap, so let's double check the wall climb just in case, and no, looks like it's working as intended. Can Hazard still vault whilst hacked or EMP'd by Sombra? Here's the hack. Can't wall climb yet, but obviously it lasts a very short duration, so you can do it right after, but EMP lasts 3 seconds, and you can see, cannot vault until it's over. Can Hazard still vault while hindered by Cassidy? Just checking if there's any funky interactions with these two abilities, but hinder is working as expected, and everything with his vault is as expected, so let's move on. Does Spike Guard's damage split between multiple heroes? To test, let's try it on a single target first, 11.67 per spike, and then across all three, it's the exact same. So no, the damage does not split. Each individual takes the full amount. Does Spike Guard damage barriers or deployables without enemies to target? So basically what we're checking here is if Spike Guard will attack deployables like this barrier and stuff without Sigma and without like the Torb and the Sim being here. And as you can see, the Spike Guard's hitting everything. Does Kitsune Rush accelerate Spike Guard's damage? So let's let the Kitsune guide us, and here we go, left and right comparison. You can see that there's no change in damage. Let's get into the fun ability, the wall. Does it knock back deployables? Everyone should know by now, if you physically stand near a jagged wall, it boops you back, but we're checking if this bubble gets booped back or if this turret gets booped back, and you can see nothing changes there. Can Jagged Wall block May's Blizzard line of sight? So here we have a couple of tests. We put the wall on top of Snowball. Doesn't prevent us from getting frozen. Here we separated ourselves line of sight wise from Snowball. Nope. And then here, one more time, just in case. No. So wall does not block Blizzard. Can Jagged Wall stop Venture from coming out of Burrow? So when you put the wall on top of Venture's mound, it actually lifts the mound to the top, and then Venture comes popping right out. So no, it doesn't stop it. Does Jagged Wall free you from Junkrat's Steel Trap? If you're a longtime Mei player, you should know it does free you from Junkrat's Trap, so we're checking it with Hazard, and it seems like it doesn't work on Hazard. Interesting. Can Jagged Wall block the line of sight of Sigma's Gravitic Flux Ultimate? I know this one's important to check because Petal Platform can block it, so let's check it with this Jagged Wall, and it looks like test number 1, unsuccessful. Let's give it another test, maybe off-centered a little bit, maybe? Unfortunately, you cannot counter Gravitic Flux. Can Jagged Wall be placed on Lifeweaver's Petal Platform? So what's interesting is when we filmed this, you were able to place your wall on the platform, both on top and under, but literally as of like 2 days ago, December 18th hotfix patch, I think as a consequence of these Lifeweaver bug fixes, it no longer works. The Jagged Wall passes through it both ways. Does Doomfist take the damage or knockback in Meteor Strike when he lands on the Jagged Wall? This is more of a test for the iframes that Doom has as soon as he lands. If he presses an ability right away, is he able to kind of dodge that initial boop damage? The answer is no. You can see he takes the immediate spike damage upon landing, even if I hold Seismic Slam on the first frame. Can Genji deflect the Jagged Wall projectile? Nice and easy example. Yes, he absolutely can. Can Lifeweaver place Tree of Life on top of Hazard's Jagged Wall? Seeing how the Jagged Wall passes through Petal Platform, let's double check Tree of Life, and it looks like we're good here. Tree of Life does interact with it and doesn't phase through it. Can Hazard's Violent Leap be hindered or cancelled mid-air? So as soon as you leap, you can see the UI to press the button to slash, and as soon as you get hindered, this indicator is gone, meaning you're no longer able to do the slash combo. Similar test, does Hazard's Violent Leap slash cancel from another Hazard's Downpour? So if you get spiked down, does that UI indicator disappear? Yes, it does. You can no longer slash. Can Diva's Defense Matrix absorb spikes from Hazard's Downpour? Tearing it down, looking up, and eating it just like that. No problem. You don't have to look up, just hold it forward. Can Lifeweaver hide under Petal Platform from the Downpour? Let's see it right here, tearing it down, standing right underneath it as a piece of protection, and yes, it works. Let's do a little bit of a tighter timing example where you're lifted up in the air, you quickly tuck under, and yes, you definitely have enough time. Can Mauga's Overrun protect him from Downpour? This should work as expected because you're unable to be CC'd while using Overrun, and yes, it looks like it's working as intended. Can Zenyatta and Transcendence be rooted down by Downpour? Obviously Zenyatta is immune to damage and stuns while using his ultimate, but roots, not so much. He does get trapped. Can Hazard's Downpour root heroes in the air? I mean, we saw this interaction in the trailer, so I already knew it worked before testing it, but this is just for the video footage and proof out there that you absolutely can be rooted in the air, so be careful. Can Genji deflect the spikes from Downpour? So here, Genji holds the deflect, but is looking forward, and it looks like he does not get rooted. However, the spikes don't actually deflect back to Hazard. It just kind of nullifies it for him. Does Downpour's root override Sigma's Gravitic Flux gravity pull? So here Sigma's lifting up some targets, there's a Downpour coming in, and nothing happens. They still get lifted up in the air. One more time, but this time the Downpour comes down a little bit earlier, and Sigma's Flux lifts them right through it. So no, Downpour doesn't overwrite it. Does Downpour stop Junker Queen's Rampage? You betcha. Does Petal Platform stop a Riptire from moving? Riptire comes out, Hazard ult follows, and yes, the Riptire gets rooted, and it does 90 damage from the spikes, which means it's literally like a tickle away from breaking completely. Can a well-timed Sombra Translocator avoid Downpour? Obviously, if you just throw your Translocator very early, it's super easy to dodge, but what if you get rooted and then have your Translocator be thrown mid-air as the root comes? Do you still teleport? Well, if we slow down the footage, yes, it does. Does Petal Platform free someone rooted by Downpour? You know how in Zarya's grab you can free yourself from the gravitational effects? Well, it doesn't work here from the spikes from Downpour. Does Downpour cast faster in Kitsune Rush? Only way to reasonably test this is a side-by-side, and as you can see, they fire at the exact same, so no, Kitsune Rush does not affect it. That's all I got for now. If you have any more Mythbusters for Hazard with some really niche specific interactions, please let me know. See you guys later.